Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and welcome to the English News of Bình Phước Radio, television station and newspaper, and following are the headlines for today. Thousand ethnic minority households recognized as efficient businesses. Đồng Xoài kickstart summer volunteer activity. Vietnamese export increase in both quality and quality. Tuyên Quang mountainous province promote ecotourism. And now a detail. Bình Phước is home to 2,455 ethnic minority households that have earned the title of good farmers in production and business.
Over recent years, more than 14,000 new members have been admitted to a unit of the Provincial Farmers Association, raising the total in the province to 91,064. About 20,050 of these are ethnic minority people. The just recognized households not only have improved local people's lives, but also become the link between the party, authorities, and farmers association with ethnic minority people, contributing to building and strengthening the political system at the grassroots level and ensuring security and order.
Young people in Đồng Xoài City in Bình Phước Province recently launched summer volunteer activity under the motto Creative, Practical, Efficient, and Safe.
Activities comprise 4 campaigns organized by youth unions at communes and wards, the armed forces, agencies and businesses, and education establishments. They strive to build civilized urban areas and bolster digital transformation, as well as social welfare and public health care. The Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union in Đồng Xoài City strives to complete the construction of 2 clean and safe roads, plant 500 trees, set up teams facilitating digital transformation in all communes and wards, and call on young people to install and use the Bình Phước Today mobile app. On this occasion, organizations and companies in Đồng Xoài presented funding for volunteer programs and activities, together with 20 gifts packages for disadvantaged students in the city.
Chu Văn Cưu from Hamlet 5 in Bamba Khamin, Bù district in Bình Phước Province is an exemplary farmer operating an efficient model that combines farming with animal husbandry.
Cưu grows 7 hectares of cashew nuts, yielding an average of 2 tons per hectare on his 13 hectares of farmland. Meanwhile, 6 hectares of durian are growing well in their 3rd year of cultivation, with the harvest expected to begin next year. To increase earnings, his family has invested in a new system in pig pens spanning over 1,500 square meters, helping produce more than 200 tons of pork a year. Thanks to the efficient combination of animal husbandry and farming, his family rakes in an annual profit of more than 500 million Vietnam dong and creates stable jobs for local workers. Furthermore, Cưu shares his experience and offers training in cashew nut and orchard cultivation with more than 15 ethnic minority households. With his dedicated support, the cashew nut farms of many local families now enjoy higher annual productivity.
Taking advantage of free trade agreement and flexibly adapting to world unstable development, Vietnam spearhead economies such as fishery, garment, and textile and goods production are accelerating export to increase turnover.
Taking advantage of the free trade agreements and flexibly adapting to world unstable development, Vietnam's spearhead economies such as fisheries, garment, and textiles and wood production are accelerating exports to increase turnover. According to statistics of the Vietnam Customs, as of May 15th, export turnover reached $135 billion, up 15.5% year-on-year. The Vietnam Textile and Apparel Association forecasts that the sector could enjoy an export turnover of $42 to $43.5 billion this year. The wood processing sector is also full of orders to the 4th quarter of 2022. The target of around $16.5 billion in export value set by the sector for the whole year is completely feasible. The fisheries sector also enjoyed a record export value in the first 5 months of this year with $3.65 billion, up nearly 47% against the same period of last year. The FTAs help businesses increase their competitiveness and market share in not only traditional markets such as China, Japan, and the Republic of Korea, but also in markets that are not familiar with Vietnamese furniture such as ASEAN and Oceania.
Free trade agreement spurred Vietnam bilateral and multilateral trade, with 2022 revenues projected to hit a record $750 billion according to experts.
Free trade agreements spurred Vietnam's bilateral multilateral trade, with 2022 revenues projected to hit a record $750 billion, according to experts. Vietnam's signatory FTAs, especially recent agreements, will promote trade breakthroughs and generate major trade surplus for 2022 and create momentum for 2022 to 2023 in the process. Despite challenges facing Vietnam, exports recovered well in the first 4 months of the year to top $122 billion, a year-on-year surge of 16.4%. The increase was attributed to business resilience and flexibility, taking advantage of FTA parameters, notably the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, European Union-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement, and the Regional Cooperation Economic Partnership, which took effect at the beginning of this year. At present, intra-country logistics pose a challenge for Vietnamese businesses, causing some businesses to miss opportunity within the FTAs, the experts said. Vietnam needs to fine-tune policies and regulations on logistics services and build fleets of major vessels and modern infrastructure to meet import-export requirements, they noted.
Vietnam raked in an estimate $4.5 billion from exporting aquatic export in the first 5 months of this year, up over 44.5% over the same period last year, according to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporter and Producer.
Vietnam raked in an estimated $4.5 billion from exporting aquatic products in the first 5 months of this year, up 44.5% over the same period last year, according to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers. Despite various challenges and difficulties caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and global changes in the last 2 years, Vietnamese seafood enterprises have seized opportunities to expand exports and won orders with much higher prices than those in 2021. The positive results were attributed to the recovering and booming demand in many markets, the shortage of supply, and increasing inflation in many countries. Vietnamese seafood processors and exporters have fully tapped advantages from the high inflation of the US market, China's zero-COVID policy, and the strongly recovering demand in the European market to increase their exports. Notably, exports of shrimp, catfish, and other key commodities to the US market recorded higher growths compared to 2021. Vietnam hopes to earn $9 billion from aquatic exports this year, the association noted.
Tuyên Quang, northern mountainous province, feature beautiful landscape, rich in cultural tradition and revolutionary history. In recent years, the province has promoted tourism in connection with its beautiful local terrain, directly benefiting the community.
At 1,200 meters above sea level, Hồng Thái commune, Nam Hang district, has a distinct subtemperate climate. The area is also home to groups of Dao among ethnic people. In recent years, people have planted pear trees to benefit from the produce, but also to grow attractive surroundings to draw tourism to the area.
After we were introduced to the idea of developing community tourism, we visited neighboring provinces to learn the model, and we have found that it's a good direction for economic development. Our commune has provided visitors with community homestay services and terraced fields and pear garden sightseeing. Thanks to the new tourism model, we've managed to open up new sources of revenue for local people.
In order to support farmers to develop agriculture associated with tourism, the province has prioritized investment in roads, telecommunications infrastructures, and promoted the area of the one commune, one product to develop local specialties.
We have focused on human resources training while connecting the content of rural tourism with the national targets of developing new-style rural areas to create beautiful and environmentally friendly landscapes to attract tourists.
Ecotourism brings many benefits in terms of sustainable economic development to indigenous people, not only helping people protect the environment, but also preserving and promoting the unique cultural features of the community.
That's all for today on Bình Phước Radio Television Station and Newspaper News. Once again, thanks for watching and goodbye for now.